Hello, it's me, Tabby. Tales of Arise. I believe we still have a city to learn about. I think I need to go to other areas to learn about what is going on in this city. And after that, we can start doing something about it.
My dad's working in the quarry today. So's mine. I'm gonna help him when I grow up.
Quarry, huh? Digging up earth.
Looks like Danans are working in the quarry.
Let's go check it out.
There we go. Is it evil? Is it bad? Is it normal? What type of quarry is it?
Stay sharp. We're going in.
Alright.
I'm sorry. I'm not feeling well today. Could I please take the day off?
Oh, that's terrible. Rest up and try not to strain yourself. I'll let the others know.
Thank
God,
you.
that sounded-
I appreciate it.
That sounded kind of forced. This isn't a good spot to be lying down. You might get hurt. Everything okay? Oh, sorry. I just felt a little off, and all of a sudden I need a rest. Maybe the air is getting a little stale here. Might not hurt to get outside and breathe some fresh air once in a while. Alright. Think I'm starting to get an understanding of possibly what's going on here.
I think I'll try to make that new recipe with this.
All right, but I'll decide how spicy it is.
Oh, screw you. I keep a close eye on the worker's health and any injuries that occur. You have to in order to keep things safe as possible. I'm guessing there are a lot of injuries that happen here at the work site. And since we are in the Earth Lord's domain, I'm gonna go ahead and guess he needs as much Earth energy from these people as possible. And they're still embedded. Don't forget that they are still embedded. Heck yeah! But you know what they say, work hard is its own reward. Gotta find the motivation to work in the first place. Uh-huh. Is work required of Danans here? I seen some farmers out there. Back before Dohalim came, you could never imagine taking a break like this with them other Renans running the place. Yeah, I know. Now the government bureaucrats give us way more trouble than any soldiers ever did. Ha! You can say that again. I'm guessing the more motivated
Everybody
to do the
seems
work.
so happy working here.
And it seems like the soldiers are there to actually protect them rather than keep an eye on them.
I don't get it. How can it be like this?
It just could, but I'm guessing it's not. Check out my guns! I've been building them up working with my pickaxe. Impressive, huh? They sure are. I've got a feeling you're gonna do well in the training grounds. I wouldn't get too cocky. Your opponents aren't gonna just sit still and let you chip at them with those rocks you're used to. Listen, with those rocks you've got. Interesting. That must be a power drill. Tomatoes. I hate tomatoes. Phew! Nothing like knocking back a stiff drink after a long, sweaty day of back-breaking work. Am I right? Ha! Mondays! Right? For those of us who have a concrete understanding of the weekend.
Halt!
I presume you're Alphen, of Orbis Calaglia? I'm Captain Kisara of the Elder Guard.
Just Kisara? No last name would make you a Danan.
So it does. Is that a problem?
The guard. Wait, so you're saying the Lord of Elda Menancia has Danans protecting him?
In this country, Dahnan guardsmen aren't unusual. Everyone who enlists does so of their own free will.
She sounds like she's serious, Alphen.
That makes no sense. Don't your people remember 7 years ago?
Wouldn't you be grateful if you were finally allowed to live as a free person?
And therefore, free
And for my
bodyguards.
part, there is no greater honor than being chosen to serve His Excellency, Lord Dohalim. I feel no shame. But all of that aside, I came seeking you, Alphen, at Lord Dohalim's behest. He wishes an audience with you.
With us?
Indeed. He awaits you at Autolina Palace. That is, if you choose to accept. I am here only as a messenger, not a kidnapper. Your reply?
All right. We'll meet your lord.
Very well. I shall return and deliver your acceptance. Please don't keep him waiting too long.
Why would I want to do that?
Before you go, what lies beyond this point?
A quarry manned by Dahnan laborers.
Nothing else?
Surprised.
There's a Dahnan medical facility for the severely ill at the back. However, for sanitation reasons, it's kept off limits, even to guardsmen.
Because
That
there's
was odd.
something worse going
Why do you
back
think
there.
this Dohalim would want to see us?
It's probably a trap.
Still, they already know we're here. Not like we can start being stealthy now. We might as well listen to what he has to say.
Hey, are you sure about going? What if it's a trap?
That's no reason to back out now.
Law's right. I get your concern, but we should buckle down.
That Kisara woman. She sounded pretty smug about serving Dohalim, didn't she?
Not really.
She still has a Renan for a boss. How is that any different from being a slave?
Renan society is a meritocracy. To us, it's seen as natural that those who sit at the top rule over the rest.
It's the same old wall as the rest of Dana at the end of the day, just with a different coat of paint.
Oh,
I guess
God.
it can change people's attitudes if they can at least serve someone they respect.
But they're still being deceived. It's obvious that's what's happening.
On the one hand, her loyalty really did seem to be genuine. But on the other hand, Calaglia had its fair share of Danans who just accepted Renan rule because it was all they'd ever known. With that in mind, it can be hard to tell if her loyalty truly came about on its own, or if it's just the result of years of subjugation.
Who knows? It might clear some things up if we hear what Dohalim has to say.
Yeah, you're right. Let's make our way to the palace.
I mean, let's think about this logically. In the first couple years, they were probably very guarded, unsure as to what would happen. A couple of them were probably immediately granted jobs, to which they probably took not relentlessly, but suspiciously.
I don't sense any more enemies.
I just don't get it. The Danans have endured years of suffering. How could they just turn around and trust the Renans all of a sudden?
Yeah, I've been wondering the same thing. But I guess they must have a pretty good reason, right?
Like what? What could erase 300 years of pain and suffering?
Maybe it's precisely because they suffered for so long that they see Dohalim as something of a savior.
Hey,
breath of
whose
release,
side are
fresh
you
air.
on here, Alphen?
Relax, Rinwell. All I'm saying is that we shouldn't jump to assumptions about these people until we know more about the situation.
I just don't get it.
Of course you don't. You lived in a realm that was full of suspicion at all times. You couldn't even trust your own parents not to sell you out for a piece of loaf of bread. These people don't have that. But at the same time, you have to wonder. In the first couple years, there was probably
I guess
quiet
that towering
anticipation.
structure at the center is the palace.
You think it's dangerous to go inside?
It's not a question of danger. We're going inside regardless.
Quiet anticipation, wondering where it was all going to end. What was going to be the final snap? What's going to push this guy into dropping the act and treating them all like crap? hire a couple Danans, give them a couple jobs, give them some money, rights, the ability to go to sleep at night, go to the bar and get drunk. Treat them like actual human beings while still pressing these little jewels in their hands and making them embedded. Still siphoning off their life energy to use to become the strongest piece of crap around. That's still happening. It's not like the Renans are wearing little diamonds in their hands.
Hey!
You again. After we parted ways, an urgent petition from the citizenry came in. Lord Dohalim is currently busy responding to it. As such, I must ask you to wait until he finishes his business. Once preparations are complete, I'll lead the way. And then we can take a look at the bodies that are going to be crucified in the back. While we give people rights, punishments are severe.
Pretty fancy place they got here.
I don't notice any citizenry.
There's no way this isn't a trap.
Your guests, my lord.
Thank you, Kisara.
Oh no. He's
You are
hot!
the wielder of the blazing sword, the liberator of Calaglia. You do dress humbly for someone of such grandeur. But where are my manners? I am the ruler of Elda Menencia. I'm Lord Dohalim Ilkaris.
If you know who we are, then you know how strange it is to invite us into your palace.
I thought I'd clear up your misconceptions before things could escalate. What do you say? You did come here to defeat me, did you not?
Perhaps, and what if we did? Are you planning to fight us here?
I don't think that will be necessary. After all, I imagine you've taken in a fair amount of his scent by this point.
It's not how I imagine
Have you
him
come across
looking.
even one slave being abused? Soldiers killing for sport? Suffering of any form? I would hazard that you have not. For I have liberated Menencia from its suffering and brought joy to its people. But if these results are not enough to stay your sword... I commend you for your boldness, but it won't work on me. Still, your would-be assassination cannot go unpunished.
Yeah, there it is.
Alphen!
Fair enough. Allow me to host you for dinner. We shall continue our talk then. Kelzelik,
Yes, my lord.
please escort our guests if you would be so kind.
As you wish, sire.
Interesting.
That's what you get for being so careless.
What
You were gonna die.
What were you thinking, attacking him on your own?
What are you upset about? Our whole goal is supposed to be overthrowing the Lords. Remember?
He could have been hurt.
And it wouldn't have been the first time either. What's gotten into you?
Hey, you do know that Alphen is really just worried about you, right?
Who gives a shit?
He's worried?
I mean, that's what it looked like to me. But maybe not.
Alphen may not be able to feel physical things, but I'm not able to feel emotional things, okay? We're not the same. Lunar corruption slides and fires into the ground, causing an explosion that launches the enemy to the air. No. Use your overlimit. Rather spin it on that.
It pains me to see that Renan cuisine isn't to your liking. I asked my chefs to prepare only the finest delicacies available. 2 wasted opportunities.
Yeah. You have no idea. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone!
Why did you set the Danans here free when you took over?
But you are mistaken. You see, I may rule single-handedly, but on my own, even I cannot change the order of things. But what is within my power is the welfare of the people. The fostering of a mutual respect among the classes. This I can change.
Sounds a lot like the Danans are still oppressed, if you ask me.
Only in the sense they continue to serve as laborers, yes. However, I assure you they are fairly compensated for their efforts. This harmony we strive for is the current pinnacle of Renan-Danan coexistence.
Harmony and coexistence between the Renans and the Danans.
What about the crown contest? This doesn't exactly make you a shoo-in.
I don't give a
yet,
shit.
The Danans here are even more productive than when they used to face daily lashings.
Exactly.
In any case, the crown contest is of little importance to me, and even less to Elda Menencia. You see, I have no interest in becoming sovereign.
Wow. Do you still want to kill him, girl? This is all very beautiful, but what is going on here? I get it. He's tired of it all. The fighting, the plots, the assassinations, the crown contest.
Please, it's over. Stop!
Having to kill his friends. For a society that rewards taking everyone else down before you. Funny, I bet you wouldn't be crying if he killed the other guy.
How could you? I swear, I'll never forgive you for this!
Oh, kill her too. Kill her. He played the game, he lost, there's no mercy here. There's no crying in this society. Wipe her off with your shoe.
It is not by choice that one assumes the throne of a realm. But sovereign is a different matter entirely. I have no interest in playing their game.
Are you saying you'll withdraw from the contest?
I guess if you don't plan to ascend the throne, there's not much reason to harvest energy from Danans, is there?
Exactly.
Let the ambitious fight it out amongst themselves. All I care for is maintaining peace throughout my realm.
Oh, he's gonna be killed by the off-screen
So
bad
what?
guy, isn't he?
Your personal desires are all that matter to you?
Take a look in the mirror. I may not play their games, but you have outright betrayed your own. You've torn down 2 of my fellow lords. What precisely is your aim? Spare me your answer. I care not for your reasons. Suffice it to say, I will not impede you. That said, should you threaten the peace of my realm, I will respond. I suggest you conclude your business and leave Menencia at your earliest convenience. Kelzelik. Our guests depart. Please see to their lodgings for the night.
I like him. And I feel like this is a natural conclusion to this.
Rooms for you all at a local inn.
It is a short ways down the road. You may stay there for the night, after which I suggest you promptly make your departure.
This feels natural to me. This feels like a conclusion.
Look at how ritzy this place is. How many rooms do you think it's got?
Don't you think you're being a little too relaxed? They could strike at any moment.
Oh,
if they were
well.
going to attack us, they would have done it already.
Possibly a dinner. Oh, there it is. Nope. Nope. Okay.
So you're the blazing sword of Calaglia now, huh?
What?
Come to think of it, I remember Ganabelt calling you that too.
Yeah, you're getting to be pretty famous among the lords.
Yeah, and that's not a good thing either.
No, it's
what
not.
What do you mean? That's something you should be proud of, if anything, Alphen. They're scared of you, man. You're a real badass.
It's not as simple as that, Law. The more well-known he is, the more people might come after him.
No, that's not what I'm worried about.
It isn't?
When people call me that, it feels like there's something hanging over me that shouldn't be there. It's hard to put into words, but it's something that doesn't feel like a part of me. Something I can't let be a part of me. Or else.
Well, I still think it's pretty amazing, but that's just me.
Well, Law, you're the brute. The end we have reserved for you is straight down the road once you leave the palace. Do not make His Excellency regret this generosity. Are you sure this is such a good idea, Sir Kesselnik? Do you realize that our guests are still here? We'll have this conversation later. Why was I directed to come in here? I don't know. Okay. The guard room. What? I figured the only books Kisara would have on her shelves would be about combat, but I also found cookbooks and some weird books with weird monsters holding small, young, fragile women that just say, "Hear me out" on the title. So weird. I wonder who got her interested in those kinds of things. The best defense is a good shield. An illustrated guide to shields. Shield Historia. Twilight. The Wonder Years. Whoever owns these books sure likes shields. Oh, okay, so that doesn't change anything. What do you think of him personally? We guardsmen have sworn an oath of loyalty to serve and protect Lord Dohalim. And I'm guessing it won't be us who kills him, it'll be someone else. And it will disrupt the whole system. Possibly that woman who said she would never forgive him for it. She'll probably come in and try to take revenge on her own. I have no idea where I'm going. Barracks? I have a feeling I don't need to go in there. Lord Dohalim sure is an unusual lord. I can't believe he treats the embedded so... Hey! We're not supposed to call them that anymore, remember? Right. My fault. Old habits die hard. Okay, time to do some push-ups. Am I staying here? What am I doing? What's going on? Why am I doing this? Okay. What am I doing? What? This hurts me so much. I don't know what I'm doing. Never mind.
Do you really think we should trust accommodations from a Renan Lord? How do we know it's safe?
They gave us condoms.
Like we have any other choice. We can't go and set up camp outside of town at this hour.
Honestly, I'd still take that over staying here. What if they try to kill us in our sleep?
I doubt that's the case. His best chance to kill us would have been back at the palace.
With poisoned food.
His true intentions aside, for now, at least we're in his good books.
Then we probably shouldn't test his patience. Let's find that inn and check in.
The fruits of Danan labor.
Interesting. All we ever got was a tattered blanket, a rock-hard bed, and well past its prime food.
What are you talking about?
His accommodations
as
as a slave.
Slave labor back in Calaglia. As you can tell, it wasn't much at all. Here, the Danans get the same basic amenities, but the quality is way better than anything we were given. Hell, apparently they even get time off to do what they want. If I'm being honest, I'm not sure how to take all this in.
Could it be that things were simply harsher in Calaglia compared to everywhere else?
It was the same in Cyslodia, too. Our buildings and clothing were equipped to handle the cold, but that was the only difference. Working the floodlights was a form of punishment, so we didn't really get rewarded for anything that we did.
Yeah, you could be assigned to fix food or make daily necessities too, but when all was said and done, most of that stuff went to the Renans. There wasn't much in the way of compensation for any of that, so I'd say that Cyslodia and Calaglia were both pretty awful.
And Elda Menancia really is unusual.
To say the least. Hell, I might even go so far as to call it crazy. But the fact remains, Danans aren't free here.
Yeah, no matter how happy they look, they're still slaves.
But they're well-kept slaves.
Right now. This is all way too much to deal with. It's giving me a headache.
What would be the alternative here? Okay, they get this round coin for their compensated work, to which they use to buy those basic amenities, those necessities, the bread in bed system. Yeah, I got this tiny little coin. I make just enough to buy my bread and own this bed. There we go. What else do I do with this life? I don't know. Continue working? How's it any different than being underneath a Renan Lord with a tiny little diamond embedded in my hand that sucks away my life energy?
So that was Lord Dohalim, huh? He sure is something. Definitely not like the other lords we've met up until now.
At first, he sounded like just some snobby royal, but he immediately shut down Shion's surprise attack. He's tougher than he looks.
Definitely. After all, he's a lord for a reason.
Yeah.
The food was pretty damn good, too.
Why are you two complimenting him? You just said it yourself, Alphen. He's a Renan Lord.
Yeah, but he didn't act hostile towards us.
You're reading him wrong. He's acting indifferent. He's attempting to keep some distance between himself and everyone else. It's obvious.
What are we going to do then? Vicente seems to be legit peaceful. Are we just gonna do as he says and leave things be?
I'm not entirely sure. For now, I think it would be best for us to rest at the inn and think about our options.
Option 1. We have Cinnamon Toast Crunch for breakfast. Option 2. We have waffles with peanut butter and jelly. Option 3. A pizza, cheese, with some banana slices for lunch. I think these are the only options that matter. Here's the end. Hi, what are you doing out here? What's this? Is that a tired-looking customer I see? You'll find the perfect end right behind me. While you're out here waffling, you could be resting in one of the best, most smoothest beds you'll ever find in town. That's not telling. Sure, throw the game, why don't you? What's going on here? Is that a cat watching a rat as he bathes and cleans, waiting to strike? I think that's a metaphor for what this town is like. Menacea has plenty of materials to find, which makes it the perfect place for me to learn how to do metalwork. Sell. Yes. Oof. Craft accessory. I already have poison charms and whatnot, so... Resistance, penetration, plus 30. Increase the resistance by 30%. Is that negating damage by 30%? Is that what that is? That would actually be kind of useful. Ooh, defense plus 20. There we go.
Maybe it's time I try on something new.
No. I'm the local blacksmith. If you got materials, I can make just about anything you like. Craft weapon. Alright, who has a bad weapon? You don't really have a good book, do you? And we don't have a... This is the best we can do right now, girl. Alright, I don't have the materials to get him. Sturdy Mega Bones? What's a Sturdy Mega Bone? Do I have to go fight the things for that? Alright, this is better. And I don't have the things I need to make the betters. Granite Fang. I'm gonna have to go out and hunt things if I want to build this.
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
Well, I equipped them. They better.
Welcome, fair travelers. Lord Dohalim's retainer told us to expect you. It is an honor for you to stay with us.
Hi, cat.
Make yourselves comfortable.
I feel like that cat's watching us.
This is better than I expected. The room. It's nice.
Huh? Oh, yeah. It is pretty nice.
Did you get drunk?
You okay, La? You're a million miles away.
Nah, it's weird. I felt strange ever since we arrived here. Can't seem to shake it. Maybe it's something about this place.
You're just tired. I'm feeling pretty sluggish myself.
Oh, the food was spiked.
Seriously, you two? A word to the wise, our work here is far from over. Get yourselves together.
Sorry, but I need to call it a day. Let's meet back here tomorrow morning and see where things go from there. Sound good?
Sure, but keep an eye out for anything strange, okay?
Yeah, like you two acting
We still don't know
weird.
how safe this place really is.
Wait a second. It's the men that are acting like this.
Are you two feeling any better?
Yeah, a good night's sleep seems to have done the trick.
I wonder why we felt so out of it. You think it might have been because of all the food we ate?
You don't think they slipped something into our food, do you? That must be it.
If they were making an attempt on our lives, we'd know it by now. Though, on the other hand, they could be warning us off.
Come to think of it, you didn't eat anything at the meal, Rinwell. Aren't you starving?
Oh, I made myself something later.
You missed out. That was some mighty fancy grub they served yesterday.
What? And give the enemy a chance to poison me too? Are you crazy?
Exactly.
What's the big deal? Shion ate it too, remember? And we both tried the same stuff.
Well, maybe they laced it with poison that's only harmful to Danins,
That's enough, Rinwell.
A cat? Where'd it come from?
There's something on its collar. Hold on a sec.
I think it's trying to lead us somewhere.
I'm gonna follow it.
Hey! Where do you think you're going?
Ah, Rinwell, your racism is quite exquisite, and yet it makes sense as to why you have it.
Let's follow the cat for now.
Oh, okay. Just follow the cat.
There it is!
Are you gonna transform into a
lose it.
beautifully
What's gotten into you, Law?
This might be the lead we've been waiting
dressed
for.
Seriously?
woman?
Yeah. Some people train animals to act as messengers. They don't attract attention, see?
Are you gonna have like
And you
a
think that someone
special
might be using
like
that cat
butterfly wings
to
tattoo
reach
on
out
your
and
back
send us a
and
message or something?
a special
I could be
little
wrong, but it's
finger
possible.
I'm
poker
impressed.
that creates
would never have thought of
implosion explosive devices inside
I should
someone's
know.
skin when
We
tapped
used to use
twice?
them in Cyslodia.
I forget her name.
So, that black cat, do you think it works for someone?
I think it is someone.
I'm sure it does. It wouldn't
Oh,
try
you
to
can
lead
just
us
like
around
barely
like
see
that
her
if
eyes
somebody
through her
didn't
hair.
train it
That's
to.
so beautiful.
I wouldn't know. I've never had one myself. If I did, it'd probably try to eat poor Hootle.
Not if you train it.
I wonder who they are, though. I doubt this is Dohalim's work.
Yeah, he has no reason to do this. Although we can't rule out that it might be one of his lackeys either.
You think one of his subordinates is up to something?
That Dohalim guy is a pretty unusual character for a Renan, let alone for a lord. It's hard for me to imagine that they all agree with what he's doing. Maybe one of them plucked up the courage to go rogue.
Well, let's head further in. I'd like to figure out at least one of the mysteries of this place.
The secret resistance against Lord Dohalim. Ooh, food.
Finally!
What is it?
I found an ingredient for that new recipe.
Where do you think it's trying to lead us?
Please transform to our new
Who
character.
knows? We should hurry. We don't want to lose it.
Whoever came up with this is pretty damn clever.
Yeah, it just looks like an ordinary cute cat.
I have a feeling I'm about to walk into a trap. Hoot, 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 hoot.
We lost sight of the cat.
After the chase it's led us on, there's got to be something up ahead.
Let's go farther in.
I get that underground forests aren't exactly something you see every day. I really could have done without any Zeugles running around.
You said it. I get the city up top surrounded by castle walls, but now I won't be able to sleep easy knowing they're lurking underneath.
You have nothing to fear. Zeugles work for the Renans. There might be strays out here, but the other Zeugles won't let them get close.
Using Zeugles to keep watch over their own kind, huh? That would explain why we're not seeing any guards.
Yeah, which makes it that much easier for someone to hide around here, too.
Alright, everyone. We're gonna call that here. And in the next episode, we're gonna explore this forest. See you then, everyone. Goodbye.